Hello and welcome to another island review. And again, today we're going to be playing the new game, What's in the Box. You probably already know what's in the box because I put it in the title. Hopefully that's how you found me here. Anywho, in this box we have something that I'm excited about, also not so excited, but the damage is done, so we'll just, always cut away from yourself, folks. I'm not left-handed. Wait. Okay, the box is open. This is brand new to me. There's my packing slip. Not a lot of information on there, so I'll just toss that out. And here it is. Oh, what's in the box? A box! Hey, I actually opened it without destroying the box. That's new for me. All right, this is a brand new helmet. It's a Shoei X-15. This is their pin lock system. It gives you superior fog resistance. I'm not going to put that on in this video. It's not that big of a deal. I will put it on, just not in this video. So, styrofoam. And beneath that, we have a helmet. Chin guard accessories as well. I like those. I will install it. I'm not going to install it in this video because whatever. That's not that big of a deal, and I think you can figure it out. Oh, my cat is getting very interested in the box. I should review my cat. Depends what day you catch me on. All right. Anyway, let's crack into this bad boy. First impression out of the box, I have to say, not impressed with the packaging or protective thing. They just gave me a helmet bag. More on that later, but I feel like these flimsy little bags are just kind of lame. They don't do anything for your helmet. I know it might be like an industry standard now, but whatever. More on that later. Here she is. Look at that. I went with matte black because I did not like any of the designs that they offered in the Shoei X-15. So just went with matte black. I wasn't going to pay more for these funky designs I don't really like. I'm not like a matchy color kind of person. More on that later though. I do like cool helmet designs, but I have a hard time finding ones that I like. Anyway, I did check these out at Cycle Gear where I purchased this. I guess I'll give them a shout because the staff in Santa Rosa were very helpful. I had initially purchased a RF 1400. Yeah, that was the one. If I made a mistake, doesn't matter. I purchased it, I brought it home, I was wearing it. I found that my chin was just like sticking out of the bottom the way it fit my head. It was really odd that two Shoei helmets almost in the same range of, tier of cost. The RF-14 was cheaper, obviously, but it was just weird that they fit so differently for my head. So don't assume and go ahead and online order a helmet based on the brand. You might actually find that the molds are a little bit different or the padding and it just doesn't fit your head very well. I also have a very large head, I thought, but for I think the first time, I'll have to check my old helmets. In this model, I was a medium, which is kind of odd. Maybe it's the case that the store helmets were a little more broken into because people try them on often. So that's something to consider. Maybe you can go a little tighter. Apparently, the old Shoer offers some different size cheek pads, I believe, too. Haven't got into that. Just gonna pop this on real quick, see how the initial fit is versus the one I decided on in the store. Oh yeah, that fits nice and snug. I feel like my chin is a little more protected than it was with the other one. Oddly enough, I'll pull this off in case you can't hear me talk. Oddly enough, an Arai helmet fit me very nicely, but it just felt a little cartoony and cheap to me. The way the visor kind of was more, it just felt more like a bubble. I didn't like that. And when I'd shake my head around, the lining on the inside that rested on top of my skull, and then there's the hard helmet portion. I felt like that lining was like stuck to my head and sliding within the helmet. And I don't know which Arai model it was. I think it was their fancy race model. Um, those helmets have never fit me very well, but that one fit well. It just had those other weird things where I felt like it would the lining would move around inside. If that makes any sense, I don't know. It's almost like it was doing one of these, and I didn't feel like that was safe for me. I don't know. Every helmet brand you have to try out because you are special and unique, and your head is special and unique. So you're gonna have to try on all the helmets, see what's good for you. Anyway, I bought this helmet as I wanted something good for if or when I get back to the racetrack. I just got a new R6, well, old R6 track bike. It's beautiful. It's got all the parts I've ever wanted. Pretty excited to get that up and running. I don't know when, probably not this season, but over the winter that'll be my project. And I also needed a helmet I could use on the street, so I decided to just get the more expensive one. This helmet was $1,000 or more. I mean, it was like nine something plus tax, and it was over a grand, uh, which is super expensive. Helmets, everything's expensive, right? I'm not knocking Shoei about that. Everything's just expensive. But the consequence of that is that previously I had a Shoei GT Air 2 or something for the street, and then I had a race track helmet as well, which we'll get into shortly. And I was always of the thought that I wanted my street touring helmet and then my track helmet, kept those separate. Not going to do that anymore. I'm only going to have one helmet. I'm going to be very careful with it, as I always am with all of my helmets. And I'm going to use it on the street and the track because helmets do expire. Don't please use any old helmet out of a closet, or your uncle used to ride and has a full face helmet. Oh, you're good. Throw it on. It's like 20 years old. My understanding is that the foam dries out, loses its impact resistance over time. Um, I'd love to go more into that because I think it's kind of cool, as it was explained to me. I'm not going to go too far into it, but basically the foam in there is made of all these little cells, right? They're little circles. And this is old information. Maybe helmet tech has changed, but all these little circles of foam in there, they're touching each other like cells. When they get hit, they collapse, and then they don't re-expand afterwards. So after you drop your helmet or fall off your bike and just barely bump your head, it's possible that that section that made contact, the foam, may lose its impact resistance after two hits. And then the other side of that, age related, and I could be butchering this, but ask ChatGPT, they'll tell you why I'm wrong. The other side of that is that as the foam dries out over time, it sort of loses its, I want to say, elasticity, but I guess it's the opposite of that, the boing boing effect and impact resistance. So anyway, that's all I know about helmets. It's my understanding that you shouldn't use them after 5 years. And given that this was like $1,000, when I ran the numbers, I was like, okay, $1,000, 5 years. Did the math, and I was like, oh man, I'm paying like $20 a month for this helmet, which is feels crazy. If it's like $20 a month for 5 years, whatever those numbers worked out to, I was like, huh, I guess I should put that in my monthly budget of all my bills. I mean, I paid for it cash up front, credit card, paid it off, but I just have that in my mind now with all the things I buy, with how expensive everything is now. Um, I find myself looking at all this gear I need to buy and thinking, can I still do this sport? I mean, I'm not broke, but this is really expensive. So whatever. That's the world we live in. This is all luxury for us. Grateful to have all this cool stuff and participate in this great sport. So anyhow, as far as the helmet goes, check one out in person. So the vents on top, and then I don't know what these side vents are. I guess they're just two more vents on the side. Get some air over my bald head. And then these back ones here do not move. I guess they're just exit holes. Those are my exhaust pipes for my head. And then we just have the front chin vent. A couple of them there, huh? I'll read the manual. These might do some cooler things than I'm giving him credit for. Comes with a clear visor. Obviously, the pin lock system's here. That just goes across these two pins right here. Pin lock. I do want to say they've moved. Maybe this is a little of a right-handed person's complaint, right privilege. I'm not any kind of right supremacist or anything like that, but I did like having my little tab to open the shield up here. I think it was on the right side. I don't know. I don't even remember. Maybe it was on the left side, but I liked it having it on the side, or maybe I just got totally used to that over the years. It seems like more people have gone towards the middle. I'm sure I'll get used to that right away, and I won't even notice it. But I guess I'm just an old dog, so I was kind of like, oh, it's in the middle. This feels awkward. Whatever, Eric, get over it. So that's the helmet. It's a helmet. Big surprise. Now, I want to this is like my new track race helmet, right? So I do kind of want to bring out some former helmets of mine and show you those and do a little compare and contrast, because I have kind of a cool sequence of them, given how old my other ones are. So I don't remember the exact year that I acquired this one, but this is a Suomi, which they don't sell a lot of in the United States anymore. Here is a brand new visor I never used for this Suomi Spec 1R Extreme. This is totally worthless now. It was probably kind of expensive. Speaking of which, visors for these Shoei helmets are really expensive. The helmet's $1,000. If you want to get a tinted visor, it's like $120 for a Shoei brand polycarbonate. That's outrageous to me. That really felt like a gut punch when I looked at the price of those. So I'll be looking into some aftermarket visors for this. I'm telling you that because I wish I wouldn't have changed my purchase, because I was going to buy what I was going to buy. But I feel like that's lame. And for some other people, that might be cost prohibitive if you really want to use the brand's visor. So I would recommend considering that. These visors are super expensive, like a tenth or more than a tenth of the cost of the helmet itself, which sounds crazy to me. But maybe it's not that crazy, because the whole thing is a giant lens and sunglasses are expensive and they're just two little lenses. I don't know. You can make what you want about it. This helmet I really, really like. I don't know if you can see that well, but this is one of my favorite helmet designs of all time, and it's the Ben Bostrom. Hopefully that's a good spot for you to see. It was a Bostrom Extreme, I think, and it's got little flowers and stars and stripes and all that. I will admit, when I was, oh, there you go. Hopefully you can see that Bostrom logo on the back. It's pretty cool. Good old Bostrom boys. It is a little General Lee vibes, which I didn't really realize at the time. I guess I was just kind of young and a little ignorant of that. And I just thought it was a cool design, and I liked it. I probably, these days, because I'm such a liberal scumbag, I probably wouldn't buy this again, just because it kind of has like the General Lee vibes. That being said, I'm never going to throw it away. General Lee, what do you call that thing, that flag? I don't know. Who cares? It sucks. You should burn it if you have one. The Confederate flag. Thank you. Thank me. So anyway, this is the Suomi. Super cool. Look at that. I was totally wrong. The tab's over on the left side on this one. This helmet was great. I wish I had a scale. This is like 15 years old, and they're roughly the same weight. So I don't think this X-15's gotten any lighter. I'm sure the safety tech has advanced quite a bit. The X-15 is Snell and ECE rated, ECE R2206. Yeah, that's great. That's what I wanted. This one back here is has nothing on it. It says Air Tricks on the bottom, whatever that means. No certification. I don't see any. This is an old enough helmet where I don't really see any tags or labels in there. Also, the inside of this is like falling apart, and every time I put it on, I get these little flakes, flakes of stuff in my hair from it. So I don't put it on anymore. I just don't have the heart to throw it away because I I had so much fun on this helmet. I never had to use it, quote unquote. Uh, but I had so many great track days, cool photos of me riding in this thing. It's just got it's sentimental value, sentimental value. Um, Ben Bostrom got the little American flag, checker flag on the back. It's super cool. I love it. I'm not going to get rid of it. I did throw away my Shoei GT Air 2 or whatever that was because it was just expired. But I do have another helmet I want to bring out for a compare and contrast. So we'll call this like the 15-year-old helmet, maybe a little older than that. Maybe I got it in 2008 or 2009. I was doing a good amount of track riding back then, I think. This weird time of my life, so it's kind of blurry. Now, this one I do want to pull out because I loved this helmet as just like, this is the first, I think, really nice, more modern, high quality helmet I've had. This is a Bell. What's super cool about it is it came with this beautiful bag, and I'm going to use this forever until it breaks. This is like such a sweet helmet bag that this nice helmet came with. And I'm like so thankful. I felt Bell was really bringing it. Why doesn't this X-15 come with a cool bag? Maybe that would drive up the cost and everything's expensive, but this bag is super nice. It's got this red velvety interior. And then this is the actual helmet itself, which is going to be coming out of here soon so that I can continue to use this bag for this. Oh man, if you could see in here, it's got this cool visor holder. I mean, they really brought it with the helmet bag on this. And that just came with the helmet. I actually got this helmet because I got it for practically free. The motorcyclesuperstore.com, which I don't think is in business anymore, had a great deal as like a sponsorship deal. So technically I got sponsored. I wrote them and I was like, look, I'm not racing in AFM. This is like 2017 or 18. I was like, I'm getting a license. I'm planning on doing a full season. And it was like a thing for racers. I was like, I go to track days all the time. And they just hooked it up. I feel like I paid like $150 or something totally insane for this helmet. It's a super nice, beautiful helmet. It was a Bell Star carbon. Hopefully you can see they actually let the carbon show underneath there. And this is, DOT, FMVSS number 218 certified, Snell approved. This is all old ratings though. This helmet is from, gosh, I think I looked at it recently. That's what happened. I looked at this helmet. I figured out this is, was it 2015 or something? Anyway, it was much older than I thought it was because time goes by when you're having so much fun. I sadly realized this had expired a few years ago and I should not have been riding with it. I haven't been on the track in that time, but I did take it out on the street a couple times after I got rid of my Shoei because that was expired. And I figured out that this one was expired. I was like, oh, I got to buy a new helmet. Anyway, I love this helmet. I did not love the newer version as much. It just didn't fit me as well. And unfortunately, it didn't have as high, I believe, don't quote me, I think it didn't have as high of, or as all the new modern ECE safety ratings and this and that. I don't know if they don't sell a lot in Europe or something, but anyway, this helmet I loved. If I could keep it forever, I would. It's super comfortable. It's very lightweight. Although I have to say, even though this is carbon, these are like about the same weight. I can't even, this one might be lighter. I'm not going to look it up. You could throw it on a scale. It doesn't really matter. This one feels lighter to me. And so, yeah, these are my helmets over the generations that I've used. From here to here, I both had these track race helmets, and then I had street helmets separately. And that's no more. This is going to have to do all the tricks for me now. Right here, the X-15. All I have is my Honda Grom right now for the street, so I'm not going to take this out. And give it a ride and give you a review. Like it's comfortable. The aerodynamics are fine. They've come a long way since these, I'm sure. And funny enough, they kind of look similar in all of their aerodynamics. Seems like everybody's settled into the same places to put their little grooves and doodads and gizmos. But anyway, that's about all I have to say about this. I'm pretty excited about this helmet. I got a new one. That's cool. Now I got to go ride. I have to use it. We'll get you an updated review if I have any things that are like really great to say about this, like the noise or how comfortable it is, or if anything breaks on it, we'll do an updated short little review. Okay. So thanks for coming. This was a really long one, but it's the first review I was excited to do because it's about a product I'm excited about. I'll probably be doing a lot of motorcycle gear reviews on this channel, so you can stay tuned for that. I just did a tool review. I had to just, as a test run, do a review of my microphone and the camera stand that I got from DJI. That was just kind of all right, let's just see what it's like to make a video. And now I think I'm getting more serious with these product reviews, at least sharing my opinions and providing some content for you guys if you're just so bored that you want to watch me talk. All right, you guys have a great day. Whatever, do your like and subscribes if you'd like. That's fine. It's up to you. I'll probably do some little short clips as well. Maybe those will get more views than this half-hour long helmet review for a helmet that's almost 2 years old, I think. But oh, that reminds me, before I let you go, I did want to, I'm going to figure out the manufacturer date of this because it has a 5-year warranty. But I'll look it up. I just want to make sure, I didn't get one that was made like 2 years ago, because then it's going to expire sooner. So I'll have to figure that out on my own. And I encourage you to do the same thing when you buy a helmet. Try and buy one that's just been made within like the last 6 months. I think they make a new batch every 6 months, is what I was told by one of the reps. So, all right, bye.